really appreciate the opportunity to share our journey and working with Lloyd's and also developing and being really a pioneer, I would say, in the crypto asset insurance space. One of the co-founders had spent a lot of time in blockchain at large financial services organizations. And through that work, really began to understand the challenges around insuring in this space. We're going to go into a couple of those and just really help people understand why it's so challenging to provide insurance products in the space and how we're trying to work with Lloyd's and work with Arch just to address many of them. Many times, what we've seen is that there is a very specific risk that a crypto firm is looking to have risk transfer around, and it may relate to a very specific type of technical failure. The way we're able to address that need is by creating a named peril policy. So it's a tech E&O named peril policy. The way we're able to bring that to market is through our underwriting. So we have a crypto native team. We have people, I'll give you one example, our chief security officer, he was focusing on digital cash back in the mid-90s. So these are people who built custody systems. So when we're speaking with the insureds and helping the brokers, we can really understand and get to the specific risk they're trying to address, and then create the policy to help address them within the crime policy we have. So that's a unique area where it really requires expertise and consultation with both the broker and the insurer to bring that to market. It's being able to at least understand and explore emerging areas. So for example, anything related to smart contracts or DeFi, those are areas that are moving very quickly. The underwriting requires a lot of expertise. And there again, you have to make sure you have not only the underwriting, but the policy forms and the claims handling to support the whole product. And we're able, because we're crypto native, we actually operate at this unique intersection of deep crypto expertise that we think is unparalleled in the industry, as well as insurance expertise as well. And bringing both of those together as a Lloyd's cover holder. Our underwriting, it certainly has some areas that I would argue do cover cyber type areas, especially around things like how security is being handled. However, the crypto risks are very different. I say maybe there's a 20% overlap, but it's really that 80% that is very, very unique. We're really excited about the role that insurance can play in bringing a level of professionalism to what's sometimes perceived as the wild, wild west of crypto. And you do that by creating standards. Again, Lloyd's has been a great partner. The initial countries you mentioned were sort of with our initial launch as a cover holder. Since then, I think we've added probably more than 10 countries and regions, to the point where I think we're really closely mapped to the overall Lloyd's footprint. Being able to go to the market globally is a real, I'd say, testament to the Lloyd's capability. Our current policy with Lloyd's, we have a $5 million per policy limit. So submissions we get there are typically smaller crypto firms who have care, custody, and control. Limits in this space are, you can think about 5 to 10 million kind of being smaller sort of entities, which our crime policy is really well suited for from a limit perspective. And then you on the other end of the spectrum, we're looking at, hundreds of millions of limit being sought, if not billions. In there, because of our syndicate and because of the experience we've had in underwriting for several years, for the larger limits, we can get access to the specie market, which is a unique position we have given the extensive underwriting we can do. So the per policy limit can quickly grow to over $360 million on a per policy basis. We are coin agnostic, we are blockchain agnostic. So what that means is, for that example, we most certainly can look at proprietary private blockchains and the associated insurance requirements. I would argue we are uniquely capable in doing that. We've actually performed third-party audits for technology providers to assess their private blockchain implementations. Thank you and kind of the Lloyd's team. You've been great partners for us. If people have any questions, feel free to reach out. As I mentioned earlier, we are excited to be in this space and partnering with Lloyd's.